Okay, so I wonder if, well, seeing the name here, which is not the alpha's name, but it has the part of the alpha's name in it, the Sterbzone, or the Sterbzone, to sterben in German means to die. So the alpha's name is Sterb-Ei, as in like AI. So I wonder if it's like, yeah, if it's supposed to be like German Sterb-Ei, or if it's Stierbei, you know what I mean? Like if it's written, if you read it in English, it would be like Stierbei. But in German it would be Sterb-Ei. Sterb-Ei, which I, again, don't know. The last one we had of this offer is 2831. 283331. 2831. Oh, wait a minute. I recognize the thumbnail. Yes, it was like the little... It was a little like wooden figurine, and if you touch it, you become a tree. Like it would try to like touch you, so you become a tree. Yeah. When is this one coming out? Oh, this is coming out this month. Nice, 27th of Feb. That's when this SCP comes out. Well, the SCP I have mentioned, not this one I'm about to read. Yeah, the one I call the Korok. Yeah. Those little shitheads. Took me forever to collect them all. Alright. Shabai, you wrote the lone and level sands stretch far away. Is it like an endless beach? Or endless desert? Another kettle, hey, let's go. SCP-3062 is currently not containable by any conventional means. Procedures are limited to disinformation and tracking. SCP-3062. Yeah, in both games I got all over 1,000 of them. Surviving victims of SCP-3062 are to be informed of what they experience. Oh yeah, you're never there when I play video games on stream, because I do all the collectibles. Like I basically I'm a semi-completionist, as in like I do all the main missions, side quests, events, challenges, collectibles. I just don't do achievement hunting. So naturally, with the Koroks, I was like, well, I gotta collect them all. Should a surviving victim of SCP-3062 refuse to believe this explanation, amnestics are to be administered. Civilians known to be missing alone in the Sahara are to be located and recovered before SCP-3062 causes major psychological damage or distress. Governments of Algeria, Chad, Egypt, Libya, Mali, Mauritania, Morocco, Niger, Western Sahara, Sudan, and Tunisia, as well as all external recovery forces, are not to be involved in the recovery missing individuals so as to minimize knowledge of SCP-3062's existence. One of the first known photographs of SCP-3062 dated to the earlier 20th century. Who is that up there, eh? What kind of... Where are you? Looks like a wizard. Because like that part right here looks like a wizard's hat. But this part also looks like like something else as well. And that does not look like... Oh no, it is. Maybe? I was about to say, is that supposed to be human footsteps? I still enjoy that I thought that the SCP pictures was real. I mean, they are. Somebody had to take them. SCP-3062 designates an entity residing in the Sahara. SCP-3062 is frequently described as a male in the early 20s of Egyptian descent. SCP-3062 is believed to have an understanding of multiple languages including English, French, Arabic, Hindi, and German. The entity possesses an advanced shape-shifting ability. It can change size and appearance almost instantaneously. As long as you don't become the spoon killer, you're good. SCP-3062 appears to individuals missing or lost in the Sahara. Subject must be alone for SCP-3062 to target them and on the ground. Once targeted, SCP-3062 will seemingly taunt the lost individual. Behaviors noted are changing into the subject's loved ones, offering fake food and water, and creating hallucinations of rivers, among other similar actions. Oh, this son of a bitch. Oh, you're stranded in the middle of the desert. You're stranded in the middle of the desert. What if I become your girlfriend? What if I just become a big bottle of water? And then you think it's real, and you go run towards me, and then I'm like, ah, gotcha. Oh, absolutely deck the shit out of them. Just SCP-3062 will only leave the individual alone once they have left the Sahara, united with another individual, or perished. Wow. And we have to deal with them the entire trip. SCP-3062 is also believed to possess minor localized reality bending abilities. SCP-3062 can change the state of objects. For example, sand into water or vice versa. SCP-3062 uses these abilities to make the taunting more severe. Around 63% of the subjects exposed to SCP-3062's actions have been severely psychologically damaged. Addendum. The following is the recovered diary of James, a pilot in the British Air Force. James' plane crashed in northern Chad in 1942 due to an unknown technical error. The diary was written in an engine instruction booklet. Recovered journals. 15th July 1942. My name is James Arthur, and I'm a pilot in the RAF. My plane crashed over the Sahara, and I managed to eject before I hit the ground. I managed to salvage a small amount of rations, a water flask, a compass, a pencil, and this book. I made a camp with some of the wreckage, and I'm planning to head south tomorrow, where the desert will run out. 16th July 1942. I'm not alone here anymore. On my way I found a young man in a rock formation. He speaks English and says his name is Mohammed. He was thin and weary, so I gave him some rations. We made camp in the formation where I found him. It would be good to have someone else on this trek, I suppose. 17th July 1942. We made significant progress today, covering a lot of ground. Mohammed held the compass. The rations and water are running out quicker than I thought, but I expect we'll reach the sub-Sahara before they go completely. Mohammed is looking wearier than when I found him, I will admit. Walking must have taken its toll on him. 9th July 1942. We've been moving for the past 2 days. Food ran out on the 18th. We still have some water left. Mohammed's condition hasn't improved. I've had to support him with my shoulder for the last few hours before we set up camp. I'm not sure the boy is going to make it if we don't reach the end of the sand soon. 20th July 1942. I think it's the end for Mohammed. He collapsed today and he's struggling to breathe. I have given him water. I've been trying to get a full name from him so I can try and find his family when I escape the desert. Been unsuccessful so far. I've also been unsuccessful at finding food. There's no insects or lizards or anything. 21st July 1942. Mohammed has passed. It happened this afternoon. There's nothing to bury him with, and I don't know what religion he is, so his corpse is just laying there. I'm not sure what to do with it. I'm not going to last much longer without food in this heat. The water is running dangerously low, too. For the first time, I'm having doubts about my fate. 22nd July 1942. I don't know. I gave into a horrible desire. I knew I couldn't go another day without food before I collapsed from exhaustion. I tried to devour Mohammed. I found a sharp rock and tried to dig into his flesh. All that came out was sand. Sand and dust pouring out. But I collapsed inwards and the sand mixing with the ground. I don't know what Mohammed was. Go. Ugh. Not sure what's creepier, the fact that he... I mean... It's like such a desperate thing, right? Like your body's like so hungry that you're like, oh... The only thing that's around that's like meat is another person. It's fucked up what, like, you know, hunger can do to a person, especially hunger in isolation. So that's already like messed up, but the fact that, like, imagine like he wants to, like, he was ready to like eat a person, like he was ready to commit to it, and then that person just fucking turns into sand. Yeah. Honestly, even though I want to say I'll be strong enough to never do that. Who knows what I would do in that certain circumstances? Maybe I would just starve to death. Maybe I'll survive, maybe I'll eat sand. But if my stranded like desert partner suddenly just like falls into sand, I think I would have had the feeling I would have lost my sanity completely. I'd be like, what just happened? 23rd July 1942. All day there's been sound ringing in my ears. I want to say scream. A laugh. A visceral, shattering laugh. It conjures something deep inside my being. Muhammad was taking us the wrong way. He was taking us north. I'm probably in Libya now. So it's probably a better idea to head north and south now. I don't know how much water I've got left. That also fucked up. You just brought him the wrong direction this whole time. So now you're like, well, I can't walk back. 24th. I know my water flask was feeling much heavier. I thought by some miracle condensation had perhaps collected in the flask. I took a sip. Gasoline. All of it. So now I have nothing to drink. I need to... When I took the sip, the laughing started again. Only this time it was louder and much more hard. Fuck off, Mohammed. Like, Jesus! The guy's already like near death. And you're like, oh, you got water. Oh, thank God. Gasoline. 25th, I found some dirty water underneath a rock. So I've got some more days until I die of thirst. I saw something on the horizon. A tank. Moving faster than the tank ever should. If it wasn't a German tank, I would have gone to approach it. I don't want to be killed or taken as a prisoner. The sands are still better than that. Jesus, okay. Imagine if that was like... I assume that was not an illusion, it was actually an actual... Well, the fact he said like it moved faster than it should. It could still be Mohammed trying to give you hope, like, hey, there's somebody here. 26, I didn't confront the tank, it found me. I was walking and it rolled up behind me at an unimaginable speed. The hatch opened and a man came out. It was Mohammed, but his face was caved in and burned. Burned a finger at me and let out a scream not befitting that of a man. If I get out of here, I'm never going to forget that scream. He left a live beetle grub, which I was forced to devour. The fuck is... This SCP is... What a dickhead of an SCP we got here. Oh, like, I already hate... Like, this is basically what, like the YouTube prank scene was when, like, it came out. They would do, like... I remember when fucking, what's his fucking name? I ignored him for so long, I forgot his name. Logan Paul's brother. Jake Paul. I lived for a hard minute. I lived in a world where Jake Paul's name was not actually in my head anymore. Like, it ceased to exist. Because I think Jake Paul did something similar where, like, his neighbors gave him a noise complaint, so he fucking, like, somehow got a tank to roll up. This SCP shows the Mr. Beast video. How long can you survive going through the desert while I taunt you and make you believe you're safe? If you get out of this, you get a whole $500,000. Man, 27th, my compass is gone. I was looking at it and it became encrusted with what I can only assume is rust. The needle stopped turning. The compass is made of aluminum. When I was walking today, I suddenly saw a red gash open up in the sky for a few seconds before it fizzled. It was repeated several times before an unholy yell rang out and the event stopped. Red gash. I wonder if that's a reference to something. 28th. There's something sinister in these sands. I know that for a fact now. I was hiding from the sun inside a cave and something started pounding on the outside. Something huge. The cave filled with water and I drank as much as I could before it turned into fine sand. The laughing started again. That same laughing after Mohammed died. It caused the cave to fill with the most wretched stench I have ever been exposed to. Like a rotten corpse. I'll be cowering in this cave until I know I'm alone again. 29th, for most of my life, I've never been the most religious man, but I think I've seen the face of what I can only explain as the devil. Ooh, yeah. I left the cave and wandered and it stalked over a sand dune, a tall, angular face with eyes sunk into deep craters and a grin of pure sadism. Arms are tapered off into the thin claws supporting his skeletal body. Back legs hunched like an ape. Sand fell off the body of the beast in piles, and as I got closer I could smell the same scent as in the cave. It walked over me and collapsed into dust, a red hue radiating. 30th. I ran for my life from what I thought was a German unit, but I believe it was just another manifestation of the beast. All of the soldiers were joined by a bridge of flesh at the hip. That's so disturbing. It's already like enough like that you have to like worry about the actual German troops. And then you have not only do you witness German troops, but they all are like attached to each other via flesh. I was shot at numerous times, so the bullets turned to sand as they hit my skin. I've had no luck finding water or any more food. He came to me, a demon, but smaller. Those eyes and craters, a skeletal body. It was man-sized. He told me he would never let me leave and that I was cursed with him before leaving a grub on a bowl of stagnant water. I was forced to devour him once again. Wow. So he's gonna like keep him alive so that he can like, you know, keep torturing him as long as he wants to until he eventually dies of old age, I guess. You can say that this person doesn't feel fantastic. That's not even a good pun, brother. That's not good. No. Boo. -5. I know. The logs are probably cut out at this point. The diary was found bounded into a large boulder. Nearby, a pencil with the graphite inside replaced with sand was discovered. It is unknown what happened to James. He's with the sand now. He added his corpse added to the sand. Then 2. Following is a summary of the most notable D-class tests. Summary contains notable log extracts. Class D personal experiment 11. All right. The AP0391 was a 44-year-old man convinced of murder. Convicted. Convinced you murdered somebody. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. Oh, okay. Damn. Man. Shame on me. It is noted that DAP0391 converted to devout Catholicism while awaiting execution. Of course. DAP0391 was left abandoned in northern Mali with several days worth of food, rather than live audio and video feeds. Notable log extracts. Extract 1. DAP0391 is heading north. SCP-3062 manifests as an angel-like entity levitating above the DAP0391. Son, you have sinned. This is your curse. I have repented. For the last 8 years I have repented. You have failed us all. SCP-3062 vanishes. DAP-0391 stops and rests, seeming distressed. I've done my waiting! 15 years of it! Extract 2. DAP-0391 is seemingly wandering in an aimless direction. SCP-3062 manifests walking in front of DAP-0391, resembling modern depictions of Jesus Christ. DAP-0391 stumbles and seems shocked. My son, I have come to help you. Come to me. DAP-0391 approaches SCP-3062 tentatively. Thank you, Father. SCP-3062 suddenly pulls out a Kopesh. Oh shit. One of those like curved blades basically. And pierces DAP-0391's chest. An Egyptian sickle, so yeah. For anybody who does not know what a Kopesh looks like. Probably one of my favorite like sword designs. Yeah, it's one of these. Yeah. I love Kopeshs. DAP-0391 screams and falls back, weeping. Scum. SCP-3062 vanishes. The weapon in DAP-0391 which just turns into sand and collapses, and the wound heals. My god. Extract 3. DAP-0391 is lying on a rock. There was like a Reddit post where it was like, what's the most evilest SCP? And it was like, there was only 4 options. They showed pictures and they were like basically asking from all those ones. I didn't pick any of those ones because I was like, most of the SCPs that he picked. And this, I wonder if this makes sense to you guys. I think a lot of SCPs, in my head, I see them like animals, right? They have their own rules, they have the way they work, but they're not inherently evil. Yeah, some of them are like actual like monsters, but like the way they work is still like very much like it's based on, you know, the functions and all that stuff. But like, for example, the mask, right? Like, yeah, you put the mask on, it takes over you. I would not consider that mask evil. I think that's just how it is. If that makes sense. It's like part of it's like biology and nature. But what I think is an SCP that's truly evil is that one priester guy who has the ability to heal people, but only partially. And then he became a priest and decided to and then just decided to, you know, treat the children of parents who are ill, treat them, but then like because his abilities only allows him to like treat them partially, and not only that, it comes back worse. The parents will always then come to him like, oh, my child is like worse off than he was before, and he's just like would blame them, be like, oh, that's because he didn't believe in God hard enough. It's your fault. And that personally for me, that is evil. Because like he's like, he knows what his abilities can do, and he still manipulates people to follow the Christian religion. And if they don't, or don't want to, or anything like that, he will then be like, oh, your child is more sick because you didn't believe hard enough. It's your fault, not mine. So I think that's pretty evil. 3062 is not evil. They are just doing a little bit of troll. I think keeping a man alive till maybe the end of time. Not the end of time, but you know, until like the man is like literally will die of old age, or they kill themselves. I would definitely consider that evil. I am just saying, I think that would be evil. I think it's the same. The SPs are just doing what they are meant to do, if that makes sense. Yeah, I would argue this one is, because I wonder. I don't think it's like I don't think it depends on like how you are morally. We don't know if James was like a super fucked up person in his mind or not, but like the D class, yeah, the D class is like a killer. But James, we don't know what his story is, and if I think SCP-3062 will treat everybody the same. These sands are E for everyone. Extract 3. DAP-0391 is lying on a rock. SCP-3062 manifests in the form of a stereotypical Western depictions of Satan. Get away from me, please! I'm not going to hurt you, but I just want to help you. SCP-3062 extends a hand with a bowl of water inside it. Why this kindness? DAP-0391 starts to consume the water. To remind you that kindness existed. The water turns into sand in DAP-0391's mouth. SCP-3062 starts laughing and vanishes. The laughing remains in the radio signal to researchers. Yeah, that reminds me of like what Bluebeard did in Fate Zero. When he like, you know, he was like, a kid got kidnapped and he let the kid go. And he's like, oh yeah, if you just go to that hallway to the left, there's the exit door. And then the kid walked out, saw the exit door, and was like, oh, I can get out. And then like next thing you know, fucking tentacles came out of nowhere, grabbed him, pulled him away, and then ripped him apart. And then Bluebeard explained to the guy who summoned him, like, the best, like, you know, way to get despair out of people is by giving them a little bit of hope first. And then taking it away. So, that's what I'm seeing here right now with SCP-3062. Like, let me give you a little bit of hope. And then I take it away. Communications are lost with DAPO-391 who has not yet been recovered. And then 3, an unrelated Foundation excursion into the Egyptian Sahara uncovered a structure believed to be around 3,000 years old. The structure was ancient Egyptian in origin and appeared to be a site of worship at first. Upon entering the subterranean portion of the structure, personnel discovered a scene of an apparent struggle. A large coffin-like structure lay in the center, surrounded by mummified corpses, which all displayed unusual scarring. For example, one body possessed a rib cage comprised of lead. The lid of the coffin was found several meters across the room. At one point on the wall, several lines of hieroglyphics were written. A large portion of these hieroglyphics were illegible. Personnel have translated as much as it is apparently possible, and the translation is found below. The discovered structure. Let's look at this. Is that just a shadow, or is that somebody standing? Oh, it's a shadow, okay. Looks cool though, I kind of like this, like... Almost looks like a restaurant, you know what I mean? Like, entrance, the table... the kitchen is in here. Well, here we go, let's say here. Here is buried, illegible, from the red gate, illegible, caused, illegible, and suffering across the lands. Vanquished, illegible, armies of the righteous, illegible, cursed to these sands forevermore. So it sounds like he's cursed to these sands as well, like he's stuck there as well, and that's why he's like, I'm going out. Anyone who's like stuck here with me, I'm gonna fuck with them. I'm gonna make them suffer as much as I am. Shortly after discovery, SCP-3062 manifested outside the structure. Personnel were unable to prevent SCP-3062's advance, and the entity turned the structure into sand, destroying it. Several personnel received severe injury. Oh, okay, great. Looks like we found his like little diary. His little home resting place. And he's like, no! You don't get to be here. You don't get to do anything around here. This is my home. Stay away from my place. What an SCP, man. What a dickhead. Why are you showing me kindness? To remind you that kindness existed. Sand. You know what you do in this moment? You grab some sand yourself, put it in your pocket, you wait for him to show up, do some horrendous shit to you, and once he gets closer, you take the sand that you have in your pocket and just pocket sand right him in the eye, right in the eye. It's not gonna work because it will just phase through him. Yeah, it's just you. Just you. Because I don't want to be in the Sahara and then stuck there forever. Because that's what he plans to do with you. It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna let you leave. Not until you die. No, thank you. That 1 hour hangout can lead to a whole 5 years of hanging out. Unless you kill yourself. Which not a lot of people will want to do that, right? A lot of people will be like, no, there must be a way to get out. But like, in the same time, he is torturing them. So maybe suicide is the best way out. If you cannot... I mean, it doesn't... He on purpose just makes you like go around in circles, or at least not get close to anywhere like where there's people. But I think like if you do know where where to go to escape, and you're fast enough, you can maybe get out. Maybe.